Once upon a time, in a land where the clouds were painted in soft shades of lavender and rose, there lived a very tiny unicorn named Luma. Luma was a truly magical sight. Her fur was as white and soft as a freshly bloomed cotton flower, and her mane shimmered with all the colors of the morning dew. But the most wonderful thing about her was her horn. It wasn't just any horn. It was a horn that would glow and sparkle with a warm, gentle light every single time she laughed. Now you might think a life filled with laughter and sparkles would be perfect. But Luma had one little, teeny tiny problem. Luma couldn't fall asleep. Not at all. Every night, as the big bright moon climbed into the sky and the stars began to twinkle like scattered diamonds, the entire forest would grow quiet and still. All the other animals would snuggle into their beds and close their eyes. The wise old owls would hoot their softest, gentlest good nights. The fireflies would dance in the air, their lights blinking slower and slower, like tiny lanterns dimming for the night. Even the crickets, who loved to sing, would hum a sleepy, quiet tune. But Luma just lay there on her pillow of soft green moss. Her big, curious eyes would be wide open, staring up at the moon. She'd watch it travel across the dark sky, wishing she could join the rest of the world in dreamland. I wish I could sleep like everyone else. She'd whisper to the silent night. Oh, she really, really tried. She tried all the tricks she had ever heard of. She tried counting clouds as they drifted by. 1 fluffy cloud, 2 fluffy clouds, 3. But the clouds were so playful, they started counting her back. 1 sparkly unicorn, 2 sparkly unicorns. That just made Luma giggle, which made her horn glow even brighter. She tried drinking warm moon milk, a special drink said to make anyone drowsy. But for Luma, it only made her want to dance, and her tummy would jiggle with giggles. She even tried singing lullabies to herself, humming the sweetest melodies she knew. But as she hummed, her horn would glow and glow, casting bright, dancing shadows all around her little bed. It was like trying to sleep with a lamp right next to her pillow. The night sky, with its endless stars, heard her quiet sighs. A soft, gentle wind rustled through the leaves of the ancient trees and whispered a secret to her. Maybe you are looking for sleep in the wrong place, little one. Maybe sleep isn't something you find, but something you let find you. Luma blinked her big eyes. She had never thought of it that way. Looking for sleep in the wrong place, she decided then and there to go on a quiet journey, a little adventure into the sleeping forest, to find where sleep was hiding. So, very carefully, she stood up. She tiptoed past the dreaming deer, who were curled up together, their breath making little puffs of mist in the cool air. She trotted silently through the sleepy meadow, where wildflowers were all folded up for the night. She kept going until she came to a beautiful, still lake. The lake was so calm and clear, it looked like a giant mirror, reflecting the entire starry sky. Luma walked to the edge and looked down into the water, and there, looking back at her, was her own reflection, a little unicorn with wide-awake eyes, blinking sleepily back at her. As she looked, her horn shimmered, and a tiny soft sparkle of light fell from its tip and drifted down into the lake. Plink! The water rippled gently, and then something magical happened. The reflection in the water smiled. A kind, gentle voice, like the sound of water flowing over smooth pebbles, echoed from the ripples. Sleep doesn't live far away, Luma, the voice said softly. It lives inside you. It lives inside your glow. Luma tilted her head, confused. Inside me, she whispered. The voice giggled, a sound like tiny falling stars. Yes, all this time you have been trying so hard to shine. But to find sleep, you just have to stop shining so hard to see it. Let your light rest, little one. For the very first time, Luma didn't try to count, or sing, or drink. She just closed her eyes. She closed them completely. She took a deep breath and decided to let go of all her sparkle. She imagined her glow, which was usually so bright and bubbly, softening. The light around her horn faded from a brilliant sparkle to a tiny warm and gentle twinkle, like a single distant star. And as she breathed slowly, in and out, it felt like the whole world was breathing with her. The leaves on the trees rustled in a soft, steady rhythm. The stars in the sky seemed to blink slower. Even the big moon looked like it was giving a great big yawn. A deep, peaceful hush spread across the entire forest. And then, for the very first time in her life, Luma felt her eyelids grow heavy. A cozy, wonderful warmth wrapped around her heart, just like a soft blanket made of pure moonlight. She sighed a happy, sleepy sigh. I think I found it," she whispered to the quiet forest, and the forest seemed to whisper back, on the gentle breeze, "Yes, you did. It was with you all along." That night, the forest slept peacefully under the soft lavender sky, and for the first time ever, a little unicorn finally dreamed. She dreamed of wonderful things, of running on soft, puffy clouds, dancing with the sparkling stars, and sharing giggles with the smiling moon. And from that night on, Luma always knew how to find her dreams. Whenever someone in the forest couldn't sleep, if they looked very closely, they could see a tiny warm glow far away in the woods. It was Luma's horn, glimmering ever so softly, not with bright energy, but with a peaceful, gentle light, guarding every single dream in the forest. And they knew that just like Luma, all they had to do was close their eyes, breathe, and let their own inner light rest. Good night.